okay? Yesterday you were walking with your husband at the mall, right? You guys seem to be getting along pretty well. You're still superficial, huh? What? What do you mean at the mall? I mean, who are you? Who indeed? Take a guess. I'll give you a hint. All of your boyfriends are mine in the end. No way, Lily? Bingo! I thought I blocked you 3 years ago. Why are you texting me? That's terrible. I can't believe you blocked your own sister. Mom and Dad have cut ties with me. When I asked for your contact information, they ignored me. I had to create a separate account just to be able to contact you. Besides, please call me sis like you used to. I don't want to do that. Why not? I don't think of you as my sister anymore. You took my husband away from me. I'll never forgive you. You're so cold. Are you still mad at me, Linda? It's been 3 years. Forget about the past. I can't believe you're still holding on to it. You're so vindictive. Lily, you seduced my husband when I wasn't looking. Anybody would be bitter if their life was ruined. And instead of showing any remorse, you're talking about it like it was some kind of achievement. I don't even want to think that such an insane person is my sister. Well, what can you do? It's your fault for letting your guard down. If you didn't want to lose your husband, you should have raised your game as a woman. Just because you're married doesn't mean you can take it easy. A nice girl like me will take him away. Well, in a way, I'm grateful to you. Before we were able to have kids, I realized that my ex-husband was the kind of scum who would fall for someone like you. Don't talk like that. It's natural for a man to choose a beautiful woman over an ugly one. But actually, you're not doing bad. After I took your husband, I thought you'd be so disappointed you'd abandon being a woman. But then you got a new husband and went on a date with him at the mall. Oh, you were talking about that earlier. I think you may have the wrong person. I haven't been to the mall. Maybe it's a lookalike. Don't lie, Linda. I saw it with my own eyes. There's no way I could have mistaken you and your husband. Husband? You know my husband? Of course I do. Roy, right? Roy? Yeah, I know him. Roy is so cool. He's a famous band member who tours overseas. Come on, Linda. You're pretty good for a dull girl in her twilight years, aren't you? I can't believe that in no time you're married to a super hot band member. I don't know what you're going on about, but Roy is... But I'm so sorry. Huh? I took Roy away from you. And you know what? I'm pregnant with his child. What? What do you mean? Didn't you get married to Alan who you stole from me? I did get married, right? But we broke up soon after. What? You're divorced already? It's not that surprising, is it? Divorces are nothing unusual nowadays. It's only natural for people to break up when their love has cooled off. When you say cooled off, in your case, you even stole my husband away from me to get married. That's how much you loved Alan, isn't it? Mom and Dad couldn't forgive you for stealing your sister's husband away from her. They even banned you from the house. Of course I liked Alan at first. But after a year together, I got bored. Bored? When we were dating behind your back, it was fun and thrilling. But when he was all mine, it wasn't much fun. Alan was just an ordinary guy, you know. To be honest, it was boring to be with him. You ruined someone's family. You're such a terrible person. I'm so sorry. I used Alan like he was disposable. I should have returned him to you before throwing him away. No thanks. I don't even like Alan anymore. Yeah, I understand. You love your new husband Roy, don't you? But too bad. I got Roy for myself. I'm pregnant with the child of yet another husband I stole from you. I love being able to make your life miserable. That man is not my husband. Huh? What's wrong with you, Linda? It's just too much of a shock. You don't even know who your own husband is? No, he's really not my husband. But you were walking at the mall. I saw it perfectly. That's why I came up with the idea of contacting you. You didn't even know that you lost your husband to me, your sister, again. I wanted to tell the truth to my stupid sister who believed Roy's superficial attitude without knowing that she had lost her husband to me, again. I'm really a kind sister. So that's all wrong? Listen to people for a minute. You've just been rambling on by yourself. I really don't understand what you're talking about. I see. Poor Linda. Huh? You don't want to admit that your sister took your husband. That's why you're trying so hard not to face reality. I think I'm looking at reality though. By the way, where did you meet Roy? My friend invited me to a party and Roy was there. I hadn't seen you for years. I didn't even know whether you were married or not. At first, I just thought he was a really cool guy. But when I sat down next to him and talked to him, I got a big shock. He was your husband. I immediately went after him. Oh, I see. It's a small world, isn't it? I'm sorry. I'm always getting people precious to you. I'm sorry you have to struggle having a beautiful sister. But that's how the world works. The only reason for an ugly sister to exist is to give a man to her beautiful sister. You really are insane, aren't you? But more importantly, are you sure you're okay with Roy? There you go, being tough again. I'm sure your husband will divorce you sooner or later. So bow out gracefully. I have his child in me. I need him to be a good father for our family in the future. Be a good father, huh? You and Roy don't have a child yet, right? Give up on him and find another husband. You're already 31 years old. You're not going to be able to get another one soon if you keep waiting around. You know what? Lily, let me ask you something. Why do you think Roy was my husband? What? He told me himself. Roy? He said, Linda is my wife. But I'm your sister and I'm prettier, so he's switching. I see. That's why you lost to me. But anyway, there's no way you can beat me. If you want to hate me, hate yourself for being born ugly, not me. I've always wondered, why do you go after my boyfriends and husbands? Ever since we were students, whenever I had a boyfriend, you tried to steal him away. It was payback. What? Payback? Why do I have to get payback from you? What did I do wrong? Huh? You don't even know it? This is why I hate you so much. Okay, listen to me carefully. You've always been good at school and sports since we were a child. All the teachers liked you. I've always been compared to you, and it's always been frustrating for me. That's not my fault, is it? Why isn't it? You're an ugly girl, and yet you're treated so well because you're a little bit talented. I'm a beautiful woman who really deserves to be cherished, and I've been neglected. In other words, because of your existence, I was treated unfairly. I had a difficult childhood because of you, you know? Do you know how I felt? Do you understand how hard it was to be constantly compared and told that I wasn't as good as my sister? Yes, it may have been hard to be compared, but you always tried to take the easy route. You never put any effort into your studies or sports. You were always skipping school. I wasn't born with talent. I worked harder than anyone else, and that's how I got my results. There you go. You told me to work hard. That kind of honor student attitude pisses me off. What? What the heck? Don't take it out on me. Here, you're acting like an honor student again. That kind of attitude has been tormenting me. I've been a total failure at everything I do. The only thing I was better at than you was my face. I used my beauty as a weapon to steal your boyfriends. I'm so stunned. So you were competing with me for such a stupid reason? When I saw your frustrated face after you lost your boyfriend, I couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. You're a very black-hearted girl. But don't worry, I'm satisfied with having your husband's child. I'll end my revenge now. I want to get married before the baby is born. Linda, just admit defeat and divorce your husband. I'm not even married yet, and you're asking me to divorce him? Roy also wants to get divorced with you. He wants to be my husband for the sake of our unborn child. What a kind and family-oriented person. He's the singer of a famous band, has a high social status, and is kind to his family. He's too good for you. Just in case, I'm going to tell you something. I haven't been to the mall. Even if Roy was with a woman, it wasn't me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can't you accept reality yet? Roy and I love each other, and we are going to have a baby. You may not want to give up your hot husband, but we need to get married as soon as possible. Ugh. I heard from a friend that if you register a marriage after the baby is born, it's a hassle to get recognition and all that. I guess so. That's why I want you to leave your husband as soon as possible. In exchange, when the baby is born, you'll be the first one I tell. You don't have to call me. Don't be shy. You want to see pictures of the baby, don't you? I don't need to see them. Don't say that. It's me and Roy's baby. I'm sure he's going to be very cute. I'll send you lots of pictures. Please look forward to it. Linda, you're like a big sister sometimes, aren't you? What? What do you mean? You divorced him right away, didn't you? Thanks to you, Roy and I are now a married couple. That's great. To be honest, I was nervous about whether you would leave him before I had the baby. But you're so kind, Linda. Stepped down gracefully for your sister's sake. I'll pay you some compensation. I'm not divorced and I don't want compensation. What? Why are you lying now? Do you regret leaving him now? I didn't leave him. Are you trying to be tough again? Roy said he was single now. He's single because you divorced him, right? I'm sure of it. We were able to do all the paperwork at the municipal office for the marriage. If he was still married, we wouldn't have been able to do it. Since we were able to register the marriage, that means he got a divorce, right? You really got married to Roy? That's right. I think it's going to be pretty hard from here on out, but good luck. What? What do you mean pretty hard? He's a successful, top-notch band member. He's going on a 10-stop overseas tour this year and has fans all over the world. I'm going to have a celebrity life, not a hard one. Oh yeah, celebrity. That's why I can pay you as much as you want. Roy is the one paying though, not me. He said he's grateful to you for divorcing him so quickly. I'm sure he will pay it. I don't want compensation. Why not? I stole your husband away from you. You have the right to demand compensation from me. I think you're mistaken about that. Anyway, I can't accept it. Besides, I don't think Roy can afford it. What are you talking about? He's a world-famous artist. He can afford to pay you compensation. You don't have to be so stubborn. Well, if you ever need money, just let me know. You're divorced and on your way to poverty. You don't have to be shy. Okay. Newborn babies are really cute. Roy and I are in love. I wonder if it looks even cuter because it's the child of the husband who I stole from you. Linda? I know you're frustrated, but don't ignore me. Don't you have at least a word of congratulations for your sister?
First of all, congratulations on the birth of your baby. Just to be clear once again, that man is not my husband.
Huh?
I haven't told you this yet because you've just been talking one-sidedly. I have a husband and a child. Of course, he's not Roy, he's someone else.
You've already remarried? If you have a child, does that mean his child? How could you remarry so soon after I took Roy away from you? What kind of a trick did you use on him? Being ugly?
That's not it at all. I got married to my current husband a year after Alan and I divorced. Our child is 1 year old now.
Wait a minute. So, Roy really wasn't your husband?
That's what I've been saying all along.
But Roy said you were his wife.
That's the problem, isn't it? He has a habit of telling lies.
So, you're saying Roy was lying to me?
It's true that after I divorced Alan, I started going out with Roy, who was introduced to me by a friend. But we were together only for a short time, and we broke up soon. Of course, we never got married.
But that's not right. There's no reason for Roy to lie about being your husband.
I don't know why either, but if I were to guess, he has a desire for me to be his wife. So maybe that's why he said that to you.
What do you mean?
When I broke up with Roy, he made a big fuss asking me not to leave him. He wanted to marry me. Even after we broke up, he followed me around for a while. After I started dating my current husband, he stopped chasing me.
Oh no! So you're saying that I didn't steal your husband away?
I'm afraid so. I was surprised. We had only been dating for a little over a month. I can't believe he called me his wife. I'm also horrified that Roy is still obsessed with me.
Linda, you should have told me that earlier. I was so happy to think I'd succeeded in plundering you.
But it's a good thing he's my ex-boyfriend after all. A conceited guy and a woman who steals her sister's husband. A crazy couple, and I think you're perfect for each other.
This is not good. It's no fun if it's a guy who's already broken up with you.
Well, let me ask you. So you're saying if you knew he wasn't my husband, you wouldn't have married him?
No, that's not true. Because Roy is a famous band member. It's too bad he wasn't your husband. But anyway, I got a rich, handsome artist. I'm happy with that. No matter what you say, it doesn't change the fact that I'm now the wife of a celebrity. Not like you, who married a guy that just goes to a 9-to-5 office job.
That's the thing. Lily, do you believe he's a famous band member?
Wait, is that a lie too?
Bingo! Roy probably said I'm a famous band member. Lily, have you ever been to one of his performances? Have you seen him on TV or on the internet?
Well, I've never seen him on TV or online. But he plays in a rock band, which is a genre I don't usually listen to. It's not surprising that I don't know him.
They're famous enough to tour overseas, but you don't know them. Then, what's the name of Roy's band? Have you ever looked them up on the internet or something?
I don't know the name of his band. He said he doesn't want to tell me because he's embarrassed.
Well, I'm sure that would be embarrassing. They're a bottom-of-the-barrel band that doesn't sell.
What? Bottom of the barrel? What do you mean?
They say there are times when there are no people at their live shows. Even when they upload their songs to video sites, the number of views is always in the single digits.
What?
So he's not a famous band member, but a self-proclaimed band member. He's actually a poor part-timer.
A part-timer?
Did you really think Roy was a famous band member?
Because Roy, he's practicing his singing hard.
On the contrary, he's doing nothing but practicing, right?
That's...
I broke up with him because he was intent on becoming a freeloader.
A freeloader?
He kept saying he would be famous someday. It's fine to have a dream. But in reality, he's a part-timer living off his parents' money. Even if it's a part-time job, it's fine if you're earning enough to feed yourself. But in Roy's case, he has no intention of becoming independent. He wanted to marry me, but I didn't want to support a dreamy freeloader.
Wait a minute. So he married me because he wanted me to support him?
Probably. After all, you are a full-time employee. He said if he got married, he wouldn't have to work. And then he could devote himself to the band. And since we're on the subject, if I know Roy, I'm sure he has other women out there.
Huh?
He is a liar, a freeloader, and a cheater. He's really beyond help. He was two-timing me while we were together. You said before that you saw me and him at the mall, right? That means he was at the mall with a woman other than me. You said they seemed pretty friendly, right? That means...
Oh no, you're terrible, Linda.
Why me?
If you had told me about Roy's true identity at first, I wouldn't have gone after him.
I warned you at first, remember? I told you to think about what was going on because I wasn't the one at the mall.
How am I supposed to know if you talk like that? You should have said it more clearly.
Why do I have to go out of my way to make it clear? I told you I will never forgive you for stealing my husband. I've already been more than nice enough to you. Besides, you married him because you like the handsome Roy, right? You should support him even if he is a freeloader.
It's true that Roy is handsome, but being good looking alone is not enough to make a living. I just had a baby and I can't support my husband by myself.
I don't know if it's too late for that. Either you do your best to make some money, or get Roy to work too. You and your husband should work diligently and become real people. If you're having a baby, I think it's a good opportunity for you to change.
I don't want to. I thought I stole a handsome celebrity husband, but he's a freeloading, cheating part-timer. I'm really sad that my sister tricked me and put me in this situation. I knew your existence was what made me unhappy. I'll take your husband away from you even now.
I don't think that's possible.
What do you mean?
We're living overseas.
What? Overseas?
My company is going to open a new overseas branch. I was chosen as a member of the startup team, and my whole family moved with me. The apartment we're moving to is very secure. I don't think you would ever make it in.
Oh no! Oh, this is horrible, Linda! Please, come and help me! What am I going to do now?
Don't ask me. Well then, good luck taking care of your baby and your husband. Lily questioned Roy about the band and his affair, but got into a big fight with him. But she still couldn't break up with him because they have a child, so they are continuing their relationship. Roy is still pursuing his dream of being in a band and not working, and Lily is supporting the family on her own. Roy is tired of Lily and is having an affair, and the family is on the verge of collapse. I live with my husband, I'm busy setting up the overseas branch and supporting our lovely daughter. I don't think Lily will ever mess with us again. I will be able to live in peace.